Hello, I'm Carrie, and I am back with another reading. This time, this is a collective reading, and I wanted to use my new deck that I just got, which is the Keepers of the Light Oracle cards. And so this deck is Keepers of the Light, and Keepers of the Light, I'm just going to read it from the deck, are a powerful congregation of ascended and enlightened beings who are dedicated to the nurturing of the world. And so I was like, okay, let's call on one of these enlightened beings to give us a message today. And who we are working with is Joan of Arc, Voice of Truth. The card says, stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. And I don't know about you all, but for me, it's right on time because sometimes I just have some anxiety about me being who I am in this world. Even somebody like me who's a tarot reader, I never ever thought that this was what I'd be doing with my life. Honestly, 20 years ago, I would be like, oh, there's something wrong with you if you're reading tarot. Like, I wasn't raised to believe that this is something that's okay to do, that you could even have your own connection with spirits like this. But now, after, me doing this for a while now, I don't know, I see tarot more and more every day. It's more normalized to me, and I can proudly say that I read tarot. I can tell people, my friends, I'm comfortable sharing this aspect of me with others, whereas, years and years ago, I couldn't do it. Like, I would definitely fear persecution. Even being someone who is intuitive, I was afraid of that side of me. So I feel like this message is right on time, and I'm really, really excited to see what we're going to get today. So this is the main card. This is what we're getting a message from Joan of Arc, and I'm just going to pull a few cards to see what's going to come out. What do we need to know? While I'm shuffling, I just want to say thank you so much for your love, your light. Thank you for just being here, watching this video. And of course, thank you so much for your support. You can support by liking, subscribing. Also, I have a PayPal up if you wish to donate. Definitely appreciate that. Just going to do 2 rows for now. What do we need to know? All right, okay. So we're starting off with Joan of Arc, again, Voice of Truth. And then we have clarifying cards, Page of Cups, 2 of Cups, the World, Queen of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, Knight of Cups, and the Magician, clarifying those. I kind of want to spend some time on this Joan of Arc card because when I see stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, speak your truth, I'm really kind of seeing like there might be something that you're afraid to, speak up about or stand up to or for, even if it's like an aspect of you, like I was saying, me being intuitive and reading tarot, and even like being okay with friends and acquaintances saying, yeah, I read tarot on YouTube. I got a YouTube channel. I upload regularly. These are things that I feel and they come from my heart, and being able to even like share that with people and being comfortable being on YouTube and all the things that come with that it can be a little scary. But so maybe that fear could be stopping you from doing whatever it is that you want to do. And sometimes the fear can even stop you from knowing, remembering, acting on the things that you want to do. Like you might be even afraid to admit it to yourself, let alone somebody else. So that's kind of the energy I'm getting before we even start the reading. Is kind of like you holding yourself back, holding aspects of yourself back from other people, not wanting to share those parts of you because you're afraid of what they will say. You're afraid of even like if even the thing you're doing is not something that's super out there or taboo at all, but it's just like, what if it doesn't succeed? You don't want people to know about it. Like you don't want to share that part of you because what if it's not like, what if you don't win? What if you don't what if the outcome is not the one that you expected? So why even tell anybody about it? Like it's kind of that type of energy, just keeping quiet because you're afraid of what's going to happen. You're afraid the outcome won't be good or okay, or you're even just afraid of like sharing that side of you with other people because you're not sure what they're going to say. And now we're going to start here with the Page of Cups clarified by the Two of Pentacles. It's so funny because when I look at this Page of Cups, I do really feel like that energy of hiding oneself, kind of keeping a lot of yourself inside, not allowing it to come out. And then being clarified by the Two of Pentacles is kind of like juggling between who, like maybe yourself on the inside is completely different to yourself on the outside. So there's just parts of yourself you just hold back. And I kind of feel like it's because you don't feel special enough. It's like this is something that I love very much, but I'm going to keep it inside because it's not a big deal. It's not special. It's not an aspect of me that should be shown off at all. It should be, kept to myself. Like I'm really feeling that type of energy. So if you're feeling that way, this reading is definitely for you. Joan of Arc is saying, she's saying stop. Those are the special parts of you, like the parts of you that certainly need to be shared. The things that make you unique and individual, like those are the things, that once shared, it really helps people to see who you are. And maybe that could also be what scares you, being perceived. But I am getting the energy of like, I don't feel worthy of showing these gifts off because they're not special enough. Nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to see it. I'm just going to keep it to myself. I'm going to keep my head down. I'm like, no, just do my own thing. I'm not really going to work so hard to put this part of myself out there because it's scary. So I feel that energy. And then if we move over to part 2 or to the second column, we got 2 of Cups and 5 of Wands. So it's kind of like the next step on the journey. Like maybe you were feeling like that initially, but I don't know, sometimes it's really, really hard to keep things inside, especially if you have an opportunity to express yourself. Maybe you've gotten that opportunity and it's just like, okay, let's see how we can make this work. Let's see how I can come together. Whether or not this is a business thing or even if it's just like an art thing, something you want to express, you get an opportunity, somebody needs your help. Like, hey, can you help me with this? I know you like to draw and stuff, and then you're like, wow, I get this opportunity to put my art on display. Okay, let me do it. This could even be to do something with your community if you want to like be more like step up and be more of a leader, or even just like be a part of something. This could be that you've got an opportunity. And to me, I see this as a next step because I see coming together. It's like 2 of Cups and 5 of Wands. So it's coming together, like even within yourself too. Like, okay, I am now able to come together within myself to take this aspect that I was too shy about and this other aspect of me that's more normal, that's more, fitting in the world. And I'm going to, see how they can work together with each other. Yeah, I honestly think that's what these 2 cards are about. This is like you taking the next step and figuring out, how can I work with myself? How can I marry these different parts of myself together so that I can get out there and express myself in a more like complete way instead of me just being half of me, instead of hiding parts of myself. And when I see this 5 of Wands, it's like there's a way that you can come together. Like there's a way you can do it. You can do it kicking and screaming. You can do it with one part of yourself being like, you're not good enough, you need to work on this, and you cannot show this to people yet because it's not complete. Or you can be like, you know what? This is step 1. We're just starting. I'm really proud of my progress. I was better than I was yesterday. I'm really, really working my hardest. Like, there's just a different way that you can come together and do this with yourself. Either way works, to be honest, but one of them is more pleasant, I have to say. Working with yourself instead of against yourself. So really, really allowing you and yourself to come together and like, you see them, well, they're not quite shaking hands, but they're sharing these cups with each other. So it's like parts of themselves. If this is you, it's like the other part of yourself is accepting the other part and making space for each other. And basically like if you were moving in together as a married couple or just a boyfriend, girlfriend, a girlfriend, however it works for you. If you were coming together with somebody, you would need to make space for that person. You would need to allow them to be themselves. Like you would have to change basically. And that is what I'm saying here. It's like, that's the next step for you. Coming from, not being sure about whether this thing is something that you really want to share, whether it's worthy to be even out there in the world, to like, okay, I'm going to figure out how I can put it out there because I'm going to accept and embrace this part of myself. Hopefully, nicely and smoothly, but because we see this Five of Wands card, it might be a little bit of friction and trial and error on like how do you come together? How do we make this work? How do I put this part of myself out there? If I'm such an analytical person normally, how do I allow the creative and spiritual and, non-logical parts of me to even exist? Like, there has to be some movement in the way that I express myself normally. I cannot be so cut and dry, so black and white anymore. I have to allow the space for creativity. So figuring out how to even do that, like how to even open up, like what's step one? What's a small way that I can do this? What is, like, maybe I'm going to, if I'm an artist, I'm going to make myself a bookmark so that when I'm normally doing my thing, my analytical thing in my books, I can have this bookmark around that I created myself to remind me of who I am and what I stand for. I'm going to make myself a bracelet. I'm going to, it's like adding that part into the other aspects of your life slowly but surely, and doing it in ways hopefully that will minimize the conflict. And then we have the World and the Knight of Cups. So this is about expression, opening up to the world, sharing this with the world. Basically getting out there in those streets and allowing yourself like to be more fully embodied in who you are and going out there in the world and showing it off. That's what I see when I see the World and the Knight of Cups. To me, these are like steps. Steps 1, 2, 3, 4. I really like that. Because going from, oh, I'm not so sure about this being worthy of being out there in the world, to, okay, I'm going to slowly figure out how to make this happen, to, okay, I'm going to actually express and put this out there. It is, it can be definitely scary, but we do have Joan of Arc here saying, stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. To me, I see that here. I see this is what you're doing, like allowing yourself to open up and express that part of yourself. We have, and I just realized the World is, her breasts are out. Just gonna put a little piece of sage there. Perfect. We'll have to edit the rest of the video. But so this is about you just opening up and showing off. It's kind of like the next step is like, okay, once you've perfected it, once you've gotten it within yourself, let's go show it to the world. And it's the Knight of Cups, so it's not the King of Cups. It's not gonna be like first time you get out there and do it, everything's gonna be perfect and you're gonna be completely satisfied with your process and how you're going about everything. No, this is like, I'm just learning. This is me. I'm a little rusty out here, but I'm working on it. I'm trying to get this done. I'm trying to show myself off. But I'm not really that good at it yet because I just started. It's that type of energy. But it comes with those nerves, and it comes with like the anxiety of it being your first few times, or you not knowing everything and being unsure about so much. It comes with that, but just know that it comes with that, and that's going to help you as you continue to move forward. It's like, okay, it's going to be a little bit of nerves there, but I'm on my journey. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles, clarified by the Magician. I really like this because it's not the end of the step. To me, it's kind of like instructions on how you get here. How do you get to be comfortable on this throne like this Queen of Pentacles? How do you get to be comfortable with not only yourself, but the things that you put out there? And it's you making yourself comfortable. Number one, what is comfortable to you? So like if you're a tarot reader like me, how do you feel comfortable reading tarot? Like maybe you feel like I need to at least have read for 50 people before I start reading professionally, or I need to have spent this many hours studying the cards, and I need this many decks so I can understand different types of ways to see tarot. Like for you to be comfortable, it would just be like something in your mind. What for you would mean that you're comfortable on your throne to make you feel like you're good enough to do this thing, to like really put yourself out there. And that's what I'm seeing when I see the Magician card, because it's like, this is the throne, this is the goal, but what are you going to do to achieve that? Like, how are you going to put everything together to get what you want? Like, it's like, you would need to know the end goal before you can put it together. So it's kind of like seeing, okay, what is it that I'm looking for? What is it I'm searching for? What is my purpose? Focus on your purpose. What is the purpose? If my purpose is to be on steady on my throne like this Queen of Pentacles, like I want to make income from this, then how am I gonna make that? How am I gonna market myself? How am I gonna what jobs will I be applying for? What degrees do I need to get? What classes do I need to take? What if this is about relationship and being in a stable, steady relationship on your throne? Okay, where places do I need to go to? What types of things do I need to work on within myself? What I need to talk to my therapist about? What am I looking for? That's a very specific question that would need to be answered. How can I put this all together to get what I want? Like, what aspects of me are going to be present? Like, what aspects of me need to be worked on? And so, what I'm seeing, if we just go overall from this reading from Joan of Arc, it's literally saying, stand strong, focus on your purpose, release the fear of persecution, and speak your truth. She's saying that, but then she's giving instruction. Okay, so this is probably where you are right now, which is why I showed up in this reading. But this is where you want to be, sitting here on your throne. And the way that you get there is that you are going to walk through these steps, and you'll know you're on these steps by the way you feel in each step. First step, you're going to be feeling unsure, not feeling like you are special or worthy. Second step, you acknowledge that, and you're going to make your way from feeling unsure and unworthy, because you're going to work on that. You're going to ask yourself, why do I feel unworthy? Oh, it's because of this, because I haven't come together with myself, with my own gifts and my own desires. We haven't come together within ourselves on that. So that's going to be step 2. Step 3, you've come together within yourself. Now you're going to come together within you and the world. You're going to show yourself off, put yourself on display, open yourself up to others to critique. Not on purpose, but that's just going to happen because that's what people do. You might be a little bit unsteady in this new energy or way that you're expressing yourself, but that's okay, because we're continuing to move forward, because look, that person's moving this way towards the future movement. You're going to continue to get even better, kind of doing the same energy as this, but just with you and the world. And the Queen of Pentacles is your goal. You want to be steady on your horse. You want to be steady on your throne. You want to know yourself more. That's yourself within and without. So like the relationship between yourself and there's so many different ways to see yourself, right? Because we know that this is the goal, we are going to point ourselves in that direction. So we're going to make sure we are in alignment by ensuring that, so you know, the magician has all of the elements possible. So you can create anything if you have all of the elements. It's kind of like the base. You have already the base. What do you need to put together? How do you need to alchemize that and mix that together to get what you want? And because you are focusing on your purpose, and you know that this is your purpose, then how are you going to create that? It's kind of like we're getting a glimpse into what steps we need to take forward by Joan of Arc. She's telling us these are steps you need to take forward. So now, in conclusion, put everything together in the way that you want it to be together, and like go forward towards that goal. I really love it because it's talking about being afraid of persecution, but it's kind of like, yeah, you're afraid of persecution, so here's how you move forward. It's kind of like, don't care about that. That's just a standard fear because this is where you are now. But that's going to go away because you are going to be more confident in yourself, because you're going to work on that. I love it. It's just being very cut and dry and logical. It's kind of like not allowing you to self-sabotage, because that part of it is not very relevant. It's just a step or stage, but it's not the end goal. It's like, this is step 1, anxiety. And now we're going to move on and become more confident. I love it. So I just feel like this message is telling you, yeah, you may be feeling non-confident right now just because there's a separation between you and your end goal. But once you keep moving closer together with yourself and your end goal, then that anxiety will go away, because you are going to have more information now. I think sometimes anxiety can be lack of information, being unsure, being afraid of the future, afraid of failure or succeeding, either way. But once you begin on the journey, you start getting more information, so that anxiety lessens. It's like a big ball of anxiety, but it gets smaller and smaller as you continue to take action. And I think that's what she is trying to tell us right now. It's like, okay, yes, anxiety, fear of persecution. Okay, so start so that fear can lessen, and you can see that this is where you are going to be. Like, this is how you're going to end up. There's no need to take the anxiety into too much account, because it's just about unknown. And how do you fix it? By knowing. So let's go. Okay. I just want to say thank you so much, Joan of Arc, for being in this reading. Thank you all also for being in this reading. I will see you in the next one.